When you're ready to inhale, walk those hands over to the left. Forehead can come to the ground or not, up to you. Take a couple big deep breaths into that right lung, that right rib cage. And then slowly inhale it back to center. We're going to add just a little bit of movement here. So as you inhale, you're going to lift your elbows, your chest, and your forehead. And as you exhale, you're going to sink back down into your child's pose. Inhale, lift your forehead, your elbows, and your chest. Exhale, sink back down into that child's pose. And one more time, inhale, forehead, chest, and elbows. And exhale, child's pose. On that next inhale, take it over to the right. And again, the head doesn't need to come down and touch the earth. You can stay right here. You can go a little bit deeper into it. And then on that next inhale, take it back to the center and just come up to all fours. Sliding those hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Allow your eyes to close. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. See if you can make this a little bit of a meditative movement. Inhaling to cow. Exhaling, cat. We'll just go for a couple more times. Taking your time, moving at your own pace. Two more. Last one. Stu, I hope you don't mind a chicken in front of you. Inhale up to all fours. We're going to take that right arm and we're going to thread it all the way under, coming down onto the shoulder and the side of the head. She's right there. There she comes. Cross the... On that next inhale, slide it up. And exhale, head to the other side. Just take that left arm, slide it right underneath you. Huh? Oh, did you really? Inhale up to all fours. That's funny. Take that right leg, curl those toes under, stretch that right heel back. So your toe's going to come in contact with the earth. Stretch back. And we're going to take it up and over. So we're going to move back and forth. I want you to move slow. We're going to take it up and over to the left, and you're going to look back at your toes. And then slowly you're going to come back to center. The toes are going to connect to the earth again, and you're going to press back through that heel. Good. Right leg lifts up gently over to the left. Look back at your toes. And then that right leg comes back. Curl those toes under. Press it straight back. Good. And then exhale and release. Set your right knee back down to the earth. Okay. Inhale. Take that left leg back. Press through that heel. And then take that left leg up and over to the right, look back at your toes. Inhale, that left leg comes back to center, toes connect, press back through the heel. And then to lift that left leg up and over to the right and look back at your toes again. Good. Inhale, bring that left leg back one last time. Really stretch it back. And then release that left knee back down. Inhale, take it to a cow pose. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, neutral spine, and we're going to take that right arm and just slide it straight out in front of you. And as you do, I want you to drop the back of your arm, to the floor and stretch through those muscles. Breathing deep right here. And then inhale, slide that right arm back and take that left arm out. Sliding it out in front of you, dropping the back of the arm to the earth. Good. Inhale, come back to center. All right, spread those fingers wide. Curl those toes under. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Woo! Take some time. Start to pedal out those heels. Start to pedal out those heels, nice and slow. Nice and slow. It's hard to, in socks, yeah. It's hard to do in socks. Warming up. And then really slowly come back to stillness and start to walk your hands back to your feet. Inhale, halfway lift monkey pose. Stretch out the backs of those legs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, palms come together to heart center. Rise up. Interlace those fingers, press it out away from your heart. Inhale up to the sky. And then exhale, release those fingers, and we're going to swan dive and do that all over again. Okay, so come down to your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift monkey. Let that forward fold release gently. Palms come together to heart center. Inhale, come up. Interlace those fingers, press away from your heart. Then up to the sky. And then exhale, swan dive. We'll do it one more time. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift monkey pose. Exhale, let that forward fold release. Palms come together to heart center. Inhale, stand it up. Interlace those fingers, press away from your heart. Then we're going to inhale, take those hands up to the sky. Slide your fingers apart. Turn your palms to face the sky. Lift your chest and your heart up to the sky. And then exhale, swan dive it down. Plant your hands and step it back out to downward facing dog. Take a big, deep breath here. Exhale, let it all go. Move that head around, shake it around. And then come back to your stillness. Big breath in. Exhale, let it all go. One more time, big breath in. And then as you exhale, we'll bring those knees back down to the mat. Inhale that left arm up to the sky. And then exhale, thread it again. We're gonna do a little bit different threaded needle though. So take that left arm through, and then you're gonna take your right arm and walk it straight out in front of you so that that arm is straight. The right arm is straight. On your next inhale, that right arm slides back. You're going to take your left arm and pull it out from underneath you. And we're not going to quite bring it to the sky. You're going to take it straight out to the side so it's parallel with the earth. Okay? And you're going to turn your thumb down to the earth. And then you're going to turn your thumb up to the sky. So just a little bit of rotation in that shoulder. Thumb to the earth and to the sky, to the earth, and to the sky, and then exhale, release it down and plant it under your shoulder. Inhale, right arm reaches up. Exhale, thread it all the way under. And then take that left arm and stretch it straight out in front of you. Find your breath. And then on that next inhale, that left arm comes back under your shoulder. We're going to push up, and that right arm is going to go straight out, parallel. Thumb goes down, and thumb goes up. Good. And down, and up. Just rotating through that arm and that shoulder. Good. Last one. Beautiful, you guys. Go ahead and slowly set it back down. So now you're going to take your hands, and I want you to turn so that your fingertips point to the edges of your mat, the long edges of your mat. And very gently, you're going to rock your body left to right, working out those wrists. Easy. Easy, easy. Left to right, side to side. One more time. Good, then you're going to take it back to center, and I want you to take your hands around. You're going to continue towards your knees the best you can. They may point towards your knees, they may not quite get there. Okay, and you're just going to hold it here. Fingers are spread really wide. This might be enough. It might feel a little scary. So just hold it right here. If you want a little bit of movement, you can always sway side to side, front or back, or you can make really small upper body circles in those wrists. And then stop and go the other way, if that's what you're choosing to do. Breathe into those wrists. And then come back to center. We're going to shift our weight back a little bit so we're a little bit more on our heels. Slowly undo those wrists. Oh, circle them around a couple of different ways. Ooh. Not quite done with them yet, though. Not quite done with them yet. So just shake them out. Yeah, there's some wrist stuff that needs to be done. Maybe a little rubbing, a little love. All right, so we're going to do one hand at a time. And the best way to explain it's like you're scooping underneath you. You want to take the fingertips and point them to your knees and bring the back of your hand to the mat. And probably best to just do one at a time. Okay? And yeah. So again, you can find a little bit of movement here. Another, I don't know how to explain it. I always say fun. No one ever agrees with me. But, you know, moving through that thumb when you have the back of your hand on the mat, really kind of changes that stretch. So moving that thumb around. Notice how it feels when you pull that thumb into the center of your palm. Yeah, yeah. And then also notice what it feels like when you stretch that thumb way out to the side. Good, and then slowly release. Don't set it down quite yet. Just gently move it, easy. It doesn't even need to be circles, just a little bit of movement. Good, wiggle those fingers around, little piano fingers. And then we'll set it down and take it to the other side. Left hand comes under, top of the hand to the mat if you can. May not go all the way. Again, you can move that thumb around. You can just move your body a little bit around. Ooh. You can make a fist with your hand. That's actually one of my favorites. If you make a fist, you can really feel it on the top of your wrist. Good. Take another breath here. And then we'll slowly release. Shake it out, move it around. Breathe. And then we're going to come back to all fours. So last time we slid our arms straight out in front of us with the palm down. This time you're going to take the palm of your hand and face it to the center of your body and slide it out in front of you. Don't be afraid to keep your butt high. Stretch that arm out. And then inhale, slide it back. Take it to the left side. Palm facing in, slide it out. Good. Inhale, bring it back. All right, fingers spread wide, toes curled under. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Take a few moments, pedal out those heels. And then inhale, gaze up to the front of your mat. Exhale, walk those feet forward. Palms come together to heart center. Inhale, stand it up. Feel free to take those arms straight up to the sky if you'd like. Take a big, deep stretch. And then eventually find your arms back down to your sides into mountain pose. I will not be stretching my arms up to the sky or anywhere else right now until I figure out what is wrong with my shoulder. So feel free to take your arms up at any point. I won't be. Just so you know. So inhale, arms all the way up. Big reach. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold.
Is there a chicken pose we can do just because we should?
Chicken pose? I don't know. I have to come up with it. Is there a yoga chicken pose? I don't think there is. We should make something up though. Inhale, halfway lift, monkey pose. What? Yeah, something for your neck for sure.
Yeah, something with the neck.
Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up, circle, sweep those arms all the way up to the sky. And then exhale, grab a hold of your left wrist and hinge to the right. So pretend I'm... Visualize that my left arm is reaching up. Good. Inhale, bring it up. Grab a hold of your other wrist and hinge to the left. Boy, they're very social today. All the chickens are right in the middle of the triangle here.
You know I love it.
Inhale, back to center. Reach both arms up. Slide that chest up to the sky. And then exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, walk your hands over to the left. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, walk your hands over to the right. Exhale, center. One more time. Inhale, take it to the left. Exhale, center. And inhale, take it to the right. glad none of you guys are scared of chickens. And bring it back to center. Inhale, halfway lift monkey. And then we're going to exhale, plant those hands, and inhale, step that right foot back into a lunge. Go ahead and lower that right knee and the top of your foot to the earth. Good. Palms come together to heart center. Inhale, rise up. Every part of our body is pointing forward except for our shoulders. We're going to exhale and do a little twist to the left. And then we're going to come back to center. Okay? And again, a little exhale, twist to the left. And back to center. And then one more time. You're not scared of chickens, are you, Stu? Okay, good. Take it to the left. From here, watch this. This right hand is going to come down to the inside of my left foot. And then my left arm is going to reach up to the sky. Close your eyes and let yourself settle here for 3 breaths. And we're going to come back where we came out of it. So you're going to stay in your twist. You're going to inhale, come back, palms come back to heart center. I'm in my twist. And then I'm going to exhale it back. Hands come to the inside of that left foot. And gently shift your weight back. Maybe curl your right toes under. Feel free to lift those left toes. Use blocks or whatever props that you may have. You can also leave your foot down. That gives you a different stretch. You can also move between the two, pulling the toes back and bringing the toes forward. If you want to keep some movement in your pose today. And then pull those toes way back. Way back. Good. And then exhale, shift yourself forward. We're going to transition this to pyramid pose. So your left hand's going to go to the outside of your left foot. Curl those right toes under. Lift that right knee. And it's going to take just a little bit of a hop to get that right foot in position. So you're going to hop that right foot forward a little bit and plant that right heel to the earth. Both hips should be square to the short edge of your mat. Both legs are straight, so really pull that right hip forward. Take a big breath in, and then exhale. Go ahead and let your spine round, and let your head drop, coming into pyramid pose. Find your breath here. Find your breath. Breathe deep. See if you can straighten that left leg just a little bit more. Good. On that next inhale, you're going to begin to bend that left knee. Palms come together to heart center. Inhale, rise up to warrior one. Okay, warrior one, the arms are up to the sky. Good. Both of them, just not one. Just ignore the left hand. And then palms come back down to heart center, and we'll step that right foot up to meet the left. Exhale, arms to your side, stand up tall for mountain pose. Big breath here. Roll those shoulders a couple of times. Palms slightly forward. Breathe. Good. On that next inhale, reach those arms all the way up to the sky. And then when you're ready, exhale, swan dive, hands come to the earth. Inhale, left leg comes back into that lunge. And go ahead and lower the left knee and the top of the left foot to the earth. Okay? Make sure that that right knee and that right ankle are at a 90-degree angle, or they're directly on top of each other here. And then when you're ready, palms come together and you're going to rise up. So keep this knee pointing straight ahead. Don't let it move with you. You're going to exhale, twist to the right. So you almost want to do a little bit of a counter movement with that right knee and kind of draw it in as you twist to the right. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. 2 more. Exhale, twist to the right. Good. Inhale, center. Perfect. Exhale, twist to the right. Hold it right here. That left hand's going to find the earth to the inside of your right foot, and your right arm's going to reach up to the sky. So flip it the other way, Heather. Left hand down and right arm. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Good. Close your eyes. Breathe right here. On that next exhale, bring that right hand down. Oh no, I lied. I'm a liar. Come back up to where your palms come together. Use that core, that balance. Good. Now inhale back to center. Hands come to the inside of that right foot. Maybe you curl those left toes under, and we're going to shift that weight back. Woo! And then you're going to maybe shift your weight forward a little bit. And shift that weight back. Go ahead and just move however it works best for your body. Even if it's just a teeny tiny movement. Doesn't have to be a big movement at all. Doesn't even have to have any movement. Breathe here. Breathe. Big breaths. Pull those toes back. Good. And then we're going to begin to transition this to pyramid pose. So shift that weight forward. Bring your right hand to the outside of your right foot. Curl your left toes under, lift that left knee. Good. Remember, there's going to be a little bit of a hop to get that left foot forward so you can plant that left heel to the earth. Just breathe with it. Remember, it's been a while since you've been back. Breathe with it. Try to straighten your legs the best you can and try to square up those hips with the front of your mat. Try to pull that left hip forward. Keep breathing. Inhale in through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. And then bend that right knee and inhale, arms up to the sky, or palms can come together to heart center depending on what works for your body this morning. And then ever so slowly, we're going to step that left foot up to meet the right into mountain pose. Go ahead and release those arms down to your sides and stand up nice and tall. Big breath in. We'll do a little chicken head movement, okay? Exhale, look over your left shoulder. And then I want you to think about the chickens. So you're looking over your left shoulder. You're going to take this right eye, and I want you to look up to the sky. So it's like I'm looking over my left shoulder and then up to the sky.
That's a chicken move.
It's a total chicken move. Also, good stretch for the front of the neck here.
You just invented something.
And then slowly release your head, look back over that left shoulder, and then bring it back to center. Release your chin down to your chest. Inhale, head back up, look over that right shoulder now. And then take that left eye and look up to the sky. Good, and then bring it back to just gently look over that right shoulder. And then all the way back to center. Tuck your chin into your chest. Your arms are going to start to fall in front of your body and they're going to become very heavy. And I want you to slowly roll yourself over, one vertebra at a time. Slowly roll yourself over, one vertebra at a time. Once you get low, I want you to grab a hold of opposite elbows and let yourself hang right here. And then I want you to make like a crescent moon shape around your body. So your elbows are going to come over to the left, and then they're going to make a crescent moon shape over to the right. Good. Over to the left, and over to the right. One more time, over to the left. Let yourself go a little bit deeper. Over to the right. Bring it back to center. Plant your hands to the earth, or at least your fingertips. Bend that left knee. Give it a good amount of bend. Keep that right leg straight and reach your right arm up to the sky. We're going to try to hold this for 3 breaths. So see if you can soften your shoulder a little bit, your elbow and your hand. Maybe even move that wrist around. Good. Exhale, find your way back to center. Right fingertips come to the earth, right knee bends. Let that left arm float up to the sky. Keep it soft in the shoulder and the elbow and the wrist. See if you can straighten that left leg just a little bit more. Really give yourself a good stretch along the outside of those legs. Good. Come back to center. Let's go through that one more time. Left knee bends. Right leg is straight. Lift that right arm up. So for this round, I want you to really focus on that right leg. Getting it as straight as you can. Really pressing that right foot to the earth. Breathing deep here. Good. Exhale, come back to center. Bend your right knee, right fingertips touch, left leg stays straight, left arm reaches up. See how much you can straighten that left leg. Breathe here. Focus on the length of the outside of that left leg. Good. Exhale, find your way to center. Woo-hoo! All right. Palms come together to heart center. Let's find a gentle standing up. Take your time, don't rush. Arms come down to your sides, mountain pose. One more breath. Good. Palms come back to center. Go ahead and step it forward. If you're on the front of your mat, you're fine. If that's probably far enough. Scooping it forward just a little bit on the front of the mat. We're going to head back to pyramid pose one more time. So I want you to step your right foot back. Angle that right heel in just slightly. Left knee is bent for the beginning for warrior one. I want you to square your hips up with the front edge of your mat. Okay, so you're going to make your feet work for you so that those hips can be both squared up. I want you to pull that right hip forward. Good. Now inhale, straighten that left leg. Awesome. Hands come to the hips. Bring that chest forward. Shift that chest forward and start to hinge halfway over. Okay? Halfway over. Now keep actively pulling that right hip forward. And still, you can probably take that right foot and step it out a little bit over to the right. There you go. Yeah. All right. And then if you're doing okay, you're going to take a big breath in here. And then we're going to exhale, try to work our way towards the earth. Towards the earth. If you can't get towards the earth, you can always support yourself on that bottom part of that left leg. Yep. Good. Just keep pulling that right hip forward. Maybe your right hand can come down and touch the earth. Breathe. Breathe. Keep breathing. 2 2 more breaths, you guys. Good. And then give that left knee a slight bend. Give yourself some support. Hands come back to the hips. Inhale, stand it up. Roll that right foot forward. Woo, shake it out a little bit. Move those hips and those legs around. And then we'll take it to the other side. This is it. Everybody's feeling it this morning, huh? All right, this is it. Palms come together to heart center. Let's take that left foot. So when you're in your warrior one, don't be afraid to have those feet pretty far apart from each other. Okay? The right knee bends for now. Left leg comes back. Get your footing first. That's what I care about the most. Get your feet in a good position so that your hips can be pointed forward. Okay, so we're not in a warrior two. I don't want you to be open here. I want you to close it up. Good. Now go ahead and inhale that right leg. As your right leg, if you notice your right leg straightens, that left hip kind of goes whoop, right? So I want you to keep that left hip pulling forward. Then we're going to take a big breath in. Chest is going to reach out. Exhale, hinge. Hinge, hinge, hinge. At a certain point, you're going to feel that nice pull in the back of that right leg. You can stay right here. Or you can slowly support yourself towards the earth, taking your time, not rushing. Maybe using blocks. Maybe using that leg for support. Possibility of your left hand coming to touch the earth. Trying to find your breath. Good, taking one more big deep breath. And then inhale, give your right knee a bit of a bend. Bring your hands back to your hips, stand it up. And then roll. So when I say roll, I want you to kind of lift that heel, roll onto the ball of your foot, and then step that left foot up. Oh, are we ready to go to the ground? Yeah. Inhale, arms all the way up to the sky. And then exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Slowly come down onto your glutes, however that works for you. And we're going to try to sit in a cross-legged seated position if that's okay with your body. Okay, and then we're going to start to make some easy circles. We'll do 5. 5 circles one way. If you can't sit in a cross-legged seated position, so maybe is it a good thing to sit in a cross-legged seated position right now? Or do you need to take those legs straight? Okay. And then the next time you find yourself forward, go the other direction. You can definitely just go back and forth. You can just rock from side to side. Good. One more. And then come back to center. Beautiful. Slide those legs straight out in front. Oh. And we're just going to point and flex the feet. Easy. Point and flex the feet.
I seriously am in a perfect hole for my butt.
Are you? Isn't that nice? A little supportive hole. Little supportive. Good. And then circle those ankles around. And circle the other way. And release. Take your right hand to the earth and stretch that left arm up and over to the side. Back to center, left hand to the earth, stretch that right arm up and over to the side.
Does that hurt your feet?
About everything hurts it at the moment. Bring it back to center. And then slowly make your way all the way onto your backs. Take your time. And we're going to hug those knees into our chest. And slowly begin to rock from left to right. Your rock can be small or it can be big, up to you. And then we're going to bring our hands, you're going to come back to center, bring your hands on top of your kneecaps. And I want you to start to circle those knees around. They can go apart from each other. They can circle together. It doesn't matter. Whatever feels best to your body. You can even, I like to move my legs independent of each other. So there's almost like a small bicycling action happening in my legs as I twist or turn my knees from circle to circle. And then stop and go the other way. It's the hardest part for me. My brain goes, what? Wait, what? Good. And then come back to center. And then let's take those knees over to the right. Left arm reaches out away from the body. Big twist here. Maybe even turn your gaze to look at those left fingertips. And then inhale, take your time, bring those legs back to center, and we'll twist them over to the left and reach that right arm away from your body. See if you can turn your gaze to face your right hand. And then on that next inhale, find everything back to center. Go ahead and hug your knees back into your chest and really actively flex your feet. Really flex those feet. And then release your right foot to the earth. And we're going to stretch that left leg straight up to the sky. Maybe you want to wrap your hands back behind your leg, maybe not. Maybe you just want to hold it here on its own. Again, you can come back to that pointing and flexing of your foot, or you can just hold it here in a flex position. And then exhale, release your left foot to the floor and change it up with that right leg. Take that right leg up to the sky. Exhale, bring your right foot down. And let's take that left ankle on top of that right thigh. You're just going to hold it right here. Of course, there's lots of things you can do. You can do a figure four. You can do a twist. If there's something else you would like to do other than just hold your pose right here, I invite you to take your time to do whatever it is you'd like in this moment. But for what I'm going to cue, we're just going to be right here. That left foot is flexed. That left knee is heavy. Your body is heavy on the earth. Take one more breath. And then exhale, bring that left foot down to the floor, to the mat, and your right ankle comes on top. You might notice a big difference in between your sides. One side might be a lot tighter, a lot more intense. One side might really shift that pelvis out of alignment, so pay attention to how your pelvis is lying on your mat. Breathe into that foot and that knee. And then on that next exhale, release your right foot to the earth. Take those legs straight out in front of you, arms up overhead, full body stretch. Exhale, bring your arms down to your sides. One little movement left. You're going to bend your right knee and you're going to reach your right arm up overhead, and the left leg is long, and I want you to stretch your right arm and your left leg with that right knee bent and your right foot flat to the floor. And then exhale, your right arm comes back down to your side and that right leg goes long. Bend that left knee. Take your left arm up overhead. Right leg goes long. Reach that left arm and that right leg. And then bring it all back. Take that left arm down to your side. Left leg long. Walk your shoulder blades under your back. And come into that final Shavasana. Taking a big breath in. Exhaling all the way out. And again, big breath in. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. And one last time with our breath, just like this. Big breath in. Exhale, open mouth, sigh it out. Let your ankles be heavy. Let your knees be heavy. Let your shoulders be heavy. Gently rock your head slightly from left to right one time. And then back to center. Allow your eyes to close. Allow your breathing to be easy. Allow yourself to be very present in this moment. And slowly begin to deepen your breath. Start to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Breathe into that belly. Exhale all the way out. One more time, big deep breath into that belly. Exhale all the way out. Slowly begin to roll yourself over onto your side, coming into the fetal position. Hugging those knees, resting your head on your arm. open your eyes to let the light in. And then using your arms to gently press yourself up into a comfortable seat. Fun to do yoga while the sun rises.
It's really
It's kind of nice, isn't it?
We're getting the sun on us.
Yeah, I know. There is not. It's a little cloudy over there. All right, inhale, arms all the way up to the sky. Again, pretending that's what I'm doing. Exhale, palms together to heart center. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for being here and good morning. Namaste.